for me and just like a good one.
Well, it's a good segue.
And that's not an insult, by the way, to say that you're pretty good. Like that's not an insult.
No, but this is a good way to segue right into to Gunnr, little Gunnr, because
You do your thoughts on it first.
because again, I think okay. So the song we reacted to him a couple weeks ago that we chose was Flash.
Okay.
And that I wrote down here that had the rock feel to it. You mean it had that like you mean? And I remember I was vibing to it when we played it here. And then I listened to his project Rogue, which came out in 2020, and I was like, oh, it's not the same. He's not the same style as the song we heard.
It rarely ever is. For
So
every artist.
yeah, it's very true. And I immediately was kind of like turned off. So I had to go back and listen to it again or whatever. And I found a song I like by him. I will say this. He also falls in the category of like fall into that same pocket. But then he has this other style he does, which I enjoy more. And it might, I don't want to call it the rock style, but he has like this more like pie. So there's a song called Too Much he put out in 2022.
Yeah.
That song's fire.
Yeah.
And that has a rock influence / feel to it as well. And I think when he's doing in that lane, I feel like he excels and stands out. When he's doing the other shit that falls in the same category as Surf or a Gucci or a Draco or whoever, I don't like his music as much. But when he goes in this other lane, I'm like, oh, this is where I fucking feel like he excels. So I found myself like split because there's songs I liked by him, songs I didn't like by him. But again, because of this process, I've become so much more open to things musically that like I don't really walk away from hating any artist anymore. Like it's like I find it's weird.
That's
like
awesome.
it's strange because like I'm pretty sure, I'm 95% sure if you play me some shit by him 2 years ago, I'll be, yo, I don't ever want to hear this again. Like, don't.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That's how a lot of people are.
I've become more open, and I think I enjoyed my time listening to him. I don't have as much to say about him. I didn't like enjoy him as much as I did Surf. But he still was good. He has some songs that I bop to. He has songs I added to my playlist. So I feel like it's always like, if I'm at least 5 songs on my playlist from you, like you've made the cut to like at least me coming back and checking out some of your shit. You know what I mean? I think I enjoyed listening to him more on the shuffle than I would like throwing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that I would like
listen to that whole album.
Yeah, and that's I don't like to be negative on these guys anymore, man. I really don't. But yeah, I would say I would prefer to listen to him on a shuffle kind of thing. Like we could hear like than just downing into one project for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me personally, man. What are your thoughts?
I think I judged him, to be honest, at first. Maybe his looks and the aesthetic of the page, and I just thought looking at him, I would know what he was gonna sound like.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I was like, I'm probably not gonna be fucking with this. But I listened to
Can't judge a book by its cover.
Very true. I listened to Surf first, and I went from him. And honestly, from the first like 2 songs that popped up, I probably listened to it on shuffle first. The first thing that stood out to me was the beat selection. Like, just the beats sounded better than almost all the beats on the Surf songs. I don't know, they just popped. They stood out more to me, so that's one thing. And he had a good voice. He was really catchy. Like another guy, I feel like on the chorus and the hooks that he was mad dirty. I'm talking right now, so why the fuck are you on your phone, huh?
Nah, I pulled up his page, so I wanted to make a note, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I think he impressed me. I definitely judged him. So he doesn't mumble. I think either him or Surf mumble ever, which is pretty good. They enunciate their words, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, maybe after a while it got old, but I really enjoyed my listen. He reminded me of, I can see him doing some Kid Leroy type shit. If you know what that is, I fuck with that. So that kind of vibe could be sad, but also could spit some bars and makes a sad song kind of sound happy with the beats and all that type of shit. So I enjoy it. Definitely some songs I'm gonna go back to, put on my playlist. We will name the songs later, but yeah, he just has the potential to do the melodic singing shit or rap if he wants. So definitely judged him, but I was impressed. I was impressed. I'm not saying he's fucking, amazing, but yeah, I would like to see him come out with like some more projects. But like you said, I did listen to like the Rogue project. And just listening through, I didn't get to the whole thing. I was like, I'm gonna just try out some different shit. And I enjoyed that more. Just like you said, he has like different styles that he does. I feel like he doesn't pick a lane, and maybe some lanes he's better in than others. But I guess at least he's trying other shit. At least he doesn't sound, I guess, the same on every single song, in my opinion. So it was a pretty enjoyable experience.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that I walked away from this week of these 3 artists, and I thought to myself, well, there's definitely one MVP of the week. To put this in basketball terms, there's definitely one MVP, caliber player. But the other 2, I Gunnr and Surf could be all-stars. You mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they have potential,
or at least starters,
or max players. You mean they could get Tobias Harris contract 5 for 180? I can see it. You know what I mean?
I like that. We could do something like that for the show, like have like contracts with different artists. Like, oh yeah, maybe Draco is getting that max or whatever the case is. That'd be, I think, fun.
Yeah, let's
bench this guy.
Give them imaginary money. But you know what I mean? No, yeah, I agree. It's, again, I feel like we don't have a ton to say on these 2 artists specifically. But I didn't walk away from my experience like deterred.
Yeah, it wasn't
where I was
negative.
like, I'm never going back. I have had that happen to me on this podcast.
I've had it a couple times.
There's a specific artist that I've never gone back and listened to one time, and I never will. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say who that is, but go back to episode 1, you'll find out. You know what I mean? So like, it's very possible. You know what I mean? I just think, good, but not blow my socks off great.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I agree. That's my opinion for both. And I feel like nowadays there's so much music we've listened to, so many greats, and, the underground that are still so skilled. So it's got to be hard to be an artist nowadays to really stand out and make it big. Like, you have to really be different than the rest and be really good at what you do. So a lot of people are good, but to really be on somebody's playlist to really get big, like, you got to be a different level.
And this is just to say, again, this is our opinion.
Yeah, which doesn't mean shit.
You could be a fan of that style, and Gunnr and Surf could be legends to you already.
Yeah.
But if that's not my original style of hip-hop that I love and that I truly find enjoyment from, you have to really be good in that other lane to really make me be a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, I would say I enjoy their music, but I don't know if I would be a fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel about them. But again, I would say, throw some tracks on, put them on shuffle. You might find some shit in there you like. Like today, I know you're not gonna name song, but just a song I heard for the first time today. I wanted to name it. Say What You Want. Say What You Want From Me. The track is from like 2020 by him. I liked it. It was awesome. Again, that's more in lean with Flash and Too Much.
Yeah.
That pocket, that style he has with those songs, I really fucked with.
Yeah.
Personally. More than his other shit.
And also, I don't mean to compare artists. I thought a lot of Surf songs were good, but I feel like there's a couple songs for Gunnr that just stood out to me more like, maybe not as a whole artist. I loved it, but there's a couple songs I was like, oh, I really like this. I can see myself.
You say you like Gunnr more than Surf?
I think so. I think just my experience, I liked it. I think there was just more songs to me that stood out. Maybe Surf is more consistent as, a rapper or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know, just certain of the songs, the vibe, I guess, stood out to me. I like more for Gunnr when I think about it.
See, I think I like Surf a little more.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So it's kind of funny how we see that opposite.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's the whole point. Everything's subjective, right?
And again, I would not say I did not enjoy either one. I would not say that,
and I would tell you if I didn't enjoy them.
Yeah, that's facts. So yeah, I just think I wasn't high on them.
Yeah.
Like I probably wanted to be. I wouldn't like all these artists anymore. So
that's a good transition. It's sad to say. Excuse me. Sad to say, but